Justice Not Just Legal Part 13 in audio. Kyle must be a great kid for Charlotte to have those kinds of feelings for him. She is too sensible for it to be otherwise. He himself may like Kyle very much. The vehicle pulls onto a country road. It looks and feels more like a trail than a road. Charlotte stirs. She still lies on Bill. Bill decides to pretend to be asleep when Charlotte awakes. He thinks it will avoid Charlotte being embarrassed. Charlotte awakes, but she is still embarrassed. Bill being asleep didn't change a thing, and she quickly gets herself off of Bill. For a few seconds she studies his sweetness. She carefully gives him a soft kiss on his cheek. Then her face begins to heat up. She realizes Nikki is awake. Nikki has been watching her. Nikki is smiling pleasantly. She whispers, "My lips are sealed, Charlotte. You did no harm. He is really a sweet kid, isn't he? That kid loves you more than life itself, Charlotte, and your love may be equal to his." Charlotte turns from Nikki. She covers her face with her hands. Her face is on fire. Nikki had just tripled her embarrassment. Charlotte feels very close to Bill, and she feels very close to Kyle as well. She does not know how she can quit loving either one of them. Why did she have to dream such a dream? It was a wonderful and comforting dream. She will not deny that, but why would she dream about Kyle like that? If Nikki only knew the truth of it all, she would be shocked. Charlotte may clue her in some day if she ever savvies it herself, but it will certainly not be now. Charlotte loves Bill very much. They seem very close in every way, and now Susie has her boyfriend. That is her style and liking. It would be no hurt to Susie. Charlotte had had thoughts of marrying Bill. Bill stirs and opens his eyes. He is grateful that neither of the girls is looking at him. It was a tough act to pull off. If he had let himself be embarrassed, they would have known he was not asleep. His face would have lit up like a glowing ember. He averted embarrassment by keeping his mind on how he loved Charlotte, and that love he had may have caused Charlotte to give him that soft kiss. Mello had called Jill and Earl Mitz. He made an appointment to speak with them this morning. Jill told Mello that Earl, her husband, could not be there, but she would speak with Mello and his party. They meet in her front yard, and after their formal greetings, Jill begins. "I am a retired school teacher. I love children and I understand them. I know how they think." Mello breaks in, "I would have liked to talk to Earl. I am sorry that will not be possible unless you can speak with the dead. He and his close friend and hunting partner Ken Larson died in an auto accident some over a year ago. Rose, Ken's wife, and I are still close friends. This is very strange. Rose had a strange theft sometime after the accident. She didn't know for sure on the timing. It was about 4 months before she set foot in the building Ken called his castle. It was where he kept all his trophies and hunting and camping gear. Rose would not have known anything was taken, but she found a note telling about what was taken, and that they would pay later when they could. There was a large amount of money in Ken's desk drawer. She didn't know if any had been taken. She had no idea how much money Ken kept in his desk. If it all had been taken, it would not have been missed, but they spoke of the money and said that they didn't need any of the money. I don't know what all was taken. It was a lot of his hunting equipment. It seemed that they entered through the doggy door. She would not report the theft. She said it was strange, but she had a feeling the person was desperate and needed it. She to this very day says he will make good his promise. She said even if he did, she would not take the money. She just may be right. If so, I would like to meet him. He has to be a very honest and sincere person. The theft that took place here was a strange one. It was just a little child. The footprints were very small. They never even tried to cover them up. The only way the little thing could have gotten in is through the doggy door. If I had left Princess as I usually do, she may have hurt the poor little thing. I wish now that I had not told the sheriff. My friends said it was an adult just using a child. That is why I called the sheriff. Later I know it was not an ordinary adult theft. I was sorry I had ever called the sheriff. The little thing didn't take any of my jewelry. The little thing took nothing of great value. She just took some clothes that fit her. They were my grandson's old clothes. I don't usually leave money lying around, but I had left a $20 bill lying on the dresser and it was in the room from where the clothes were taken. It was still there when I got back. They took only what they needed. Would you give us the information so we can meet with Rose? We would like to speak with her. We would be most grateful if we could. That will not be difficult. You may speak with her. I will introduce her to you. She should be here any time now. She will be visiting with me for a few days. I don't choose to be nosy, but I would appreciate the knowledge. Would you tell me why you are so concerned with the thefts along the foothills and whom these two kids are that you intend to rescue, and why do you say rescue instead of capture? Mello turns to Charlotte. Do you think it would be okay, Charlotte? I think we should. I think she should be made aware of our position, but I would be very grateful if you would make all of the decisions, Mello. I just want to assist. That would make me very happy. I am sorry, just because you instigated this whole thing you should not be made to bear the burden of it. I will do my honest best, Charlotte. Jill stares at Charlotte in wonder. You are a strange little girl. I hope to be honored with a visit with you one-on-one after you have finished your mission. Your team is something to be admired. Mello, I will cooperate in any way I can. I have a good feeling about you kids. Just make known your needs. We are grateful for your help, Mello replies. Do the names Kyle Kip Kingsley or Cynthia Burns mean anything to you? No, neither of them rings a bell. Are they famous or something? In one way they are. Cynthia got away from her social worker. The little girl tricked her and she slipped into the forest. It was on the outskirts of Shawnee, Colorado. It was some time back. Oh yes, I had forgotten her name. It is such a pity the social worker lost her job over that. The poor little thing most thinks a mountain lion ate her. They thought she could have drowned, but they never found her body. You really think she is still alive? That was a long way from here. A little thing like that, she could not have survived even if a mountain lion had not eaten her. Not alone. We think Kyle is with her. Kyle? Now who is he? Kyle was a 14-year-old boy. He got away from a sheriff. It was some over a year ago. Oh yes, the sheriff lost his job over that, or maybe he just retired. I remember Earl being very upset over that misuse of justice. That is what he called it. Earl was a retired lawyer. I never followed or knew of his cases. He tried to involve me, but I just could not get any interest in that sort of thing, but he did rave about those two cases. Are you saying Earl was on those two cases? Oh no, it was two good friends of his. It was Larry Pitts and Sam Albright. I think Ken had some sort of involvement. Earl said there was some serious political corruption in the boy's case. He said maybe even in the girl's case, and Earl and Ken went to visit the boy a while before they moved him. Earl said the boy would not kill anyone. He doubted the boy would kill even in self-defense. He could not see why they were going to move him. It was the same day they moved him that Earl was killed in the accident. Charlotte can feel that shot of adrenaline kick in. She must get to the base of this. That was not an accident. Jill, do you think it is possible that it was not just an accident, it was planned? You mean homicide? I had not even thought of that. I know it did not involve any other vehicle. They hit the end of the wall on the side of the bridge. They said it was hit square on, right in the middle of the car. There were no witnesses and neither one of them drank. Jill stares at Charlotte with a puzzled look, then she speaks with feeling and very firm. You may be onto something, Charlotte. Earl may have been more involved in the case than I was aware. I knew little about his life as a lawyer. I was so involved with my teaching. Jill is still staring at Charlotte, but with fear. You scare me, Charlotte. I am afraid for you. You mean to get to the bottom of this, don't you? It could be very dangerous for you and your team. Bill speaks up. Charlotte certainly does mean to get to the bottom of this, and we all are ready to lay our life on the line for the cause. We intend to see justice, not just legal. Your deceased husband knew the difference between justice and just being legal. Most honest lawyers do know. I think he was one of them from what you speak. Jill looks at Bill in shock. You've got spunk, kid. You are correct, that was Earl's pet peeve. He would say, let's have a little justice, not just legal. Another strange thing he said, they should have had TJ involved in the beginning and things would have been different. I don't know much about this TJ character. Earl would laugh when he spoke of him. He would say there is not a more stubborn staunch atheist and he is a slippery bribing snake, but he knows how to get justice. Legal doesn't mean much to him, he must have connections with the mafia. It is strange, Rose said that through some lawyer friend of his she learned that TJ quit his law practice. He works full-time for some institution now. This lawyer friend said it is likely to do with the head honcho. He is a very unique person. He met him once and he said he was an absolute prince. Two heads turn with eyes staring at each other in awesome bewilderment. Charlotte's respect for TJ ascends to the lofty high. Thoughts flash through Bill's head. I may end up a lawyer after all. I know where my father is coming from. Now I may learn to like debate. When I think of defending Charlotte or Kyle and little Cynthia, confrontation is not in the picture. I will die for the cause. I am like my father, there are no limitations when justice is at stake. Sport died in that accident with Earl and Ken. He was Ken's dog. Sport was a big German shepherd and he was one smart dog. Sport was as close to human as dogs can get. Charlotte speaks with concern and a bit of stress. Jill, does Rose still have the note that was left? Yes, she does. For some reason she holds it close to her heart. It was a strange note. Rose always carries it with her. It is more important than her driver license. The note asked that a copy be sent to the Teen Phantom. That seemed very strange to me. I see no purpose in it. Another strange thing, it had KKK at the bottom. Some of my friends said that stood for the Ku Klux Klan. A happy smile comes to Charlotte's face. That was not the Ku Klux Klan. Did Rose send a copy to the Teen Phantom? Yes, she did, Charlotte. She said she sent a copy. It was strange the way it was as if it was some kind of code. After the list of the things taken, it had PS I am doing great except for the monkeys on my back. I will owe my life to you if you will help get those monkeys off my backs. You have been my guiding light. You are different from what most think, but I will not expose you. Jim is not feeling very well. He will be looking for a chance to speak to Charlotte in private. They had received the copy of that note. Jim turns to Charlotte. I need to talk to you in our office. Okay, Jim. Charlotte speaks to Jill. We will not bother you any longer. We are grateful to you. I am looking forward to a visit with you when this task is finished. We would like to find the little girl that invaded your home, but I don't think she is the little girl we are looking to find. We will be in our mobile office. You have our phone number. You can contact us 24/7. We will wait to see Rose's note. They all say their farewells. They enter their office in anxiety. Mello calls Ben on Skype so he can be included in their council. I am sorry, Charlotte, This is very confidential, Charlotte. I really should be speaking with you in private. Charlotte looks over at Misty. She is the only one that does not know the secrets of the Teen Phantom. Bill doesn't know for sure, but he thinks he does. There is no person closer to Charlotte than Bill is anyway. She needs no secrets from Bill. Misty, what you learn about any of us here in our gang, must be kept secret. I will never let you down, Charlotte. Okay, Jim, go ahead. It's okay. Swan knows. My little girl is the only one that doesn't know, and I cannot be sure of that, me knowing how sneaky great grandpa is. We received the copy of that note and I thought Lee showed it to you. He must have forgotten. Bill speaks up with his mind firmly set. That was Kyle Kip Kingsley. It was not the Ku Klux Klan, and that was not just an accident at the bridge. Charlotte is stunned. Bill has that firm way it is with integrity. She quickly backs up his statement. Bill, I am with you on that. I am as convinced as you are. Charlotte, I don't want to be bullheaded about this. Kyle and Cynthia has one main problem. It is the legal end of this. They may be very comfortable. They have the best equipment that money can buy. They are in the Rockies back of Denver. It is our heaven on earth, Charlotte. Charlotte looks across at Bill with a humorous smile. You will make the best lawyer in the whole world. You will be a great detective as well. I want you to be bullheaded, never suppress your honesty. I see everything as you do, Bill.